We thought New Mexico would be an easy stretch on our Southwest van trip. Quiet roads, easy campsites, no surprises. Yeah, that's not how it went. Over the next 4 nights, we strike out on campsites we thought were a safe bet. Strike 2.
There's definitely a no-go.
Sleep at a truck stop for the first time.
This place is full now.
And stumble into a few situations we didn't see coming. Giant rookie mistake.
This place is a bust.
Somewhere between meeting up with friends and going underground at Carlsbad Caverns, this stretch of road throws us a few curveballs. If you're new here, I'm Emily, this is Brian, and our adventure dog Wes. In July 2024, we walked away from our careers to live full-time on the road, no fixed plans, no guarantees, just seeing where the road takes us. New Mexico definitely had other ideas. Let's get into it.
We are slowly making our way towards New Mexico. You guys probably know that we love our national parks. This one in particular is way out of the way. It's not something we would necessarily be driving by, but we happen to be in the area, so we couldn't pass this up. We are in the Petrified National Park. Check this guy out behind me.
Absolutely crazy to think that the wood here, the petrified wood, is over 225 million years old, which is just like so hard to get your head wrapped around. And a lot of it actually didn't even grow here. It was washed in from rivers and streams and lakes from other areas, but became petrified over years and years and years of volcanic ash and other sediment burying it, which then created the quartz that it has turned into today. And there is such a huge concentration here. Just looking around, you see badlands, you see petrified woods scattered throughout. You know, this is probably a national park that Brian and I didn't think we would necessarily ever visit, but because it's on the way to where we are headed tonight, I'm really glad that we stopped and pulled over to look at this. It's just an amazing piece of history. And below here in the Badlands was where a lot of Native Americans set up prehistoric camp 13,000 years ago.
Pretty cool little info center here. Apparently back in the day there were woolly mammoths and camels.
Like, it's just so cool to see nature in action like this. Like, straight up a rock. It's nice and smooth. You get some really cool colors too.
We made it to New Mexico, but unfortunately our first dispersed campsite seems to be closed for the season. This place is a bust, so we're gonna have to figure something else out.
Well, this is strike 2. Big old gate here. We are not getting by. Now what?
I don't know. It's getting late. Do you want to try another Loves?
Truckstop?
Try Loves. The last one was definitely a no-go.
Let's see what we can find.
Okay. Like I said, it's starting to get late around here, so I think we're actually going to do our first overnight truck stop. We called ahead at this Loves. They said it's fine to camp here overnight in the van. They have laundry services. So I'm going to head in, get some laundry done. Emily's going to get some work done, and we'll see what this night brings. Wish me luck.
I've been doing some work on editing a video. Brian's still inside doing laundry, and it got dark like really, really quick. So we've never, like Brian said, camped at a truck stop before, but I think rule number 1 is probably to get up the window shades, because definitely feeling like I'm in a bit of a fishbowl right now. We are going to have to move because right now we're parked literally right in front of the convenience store, but I'm going to wait until Brian is done with laundry, and then we'll go find somewhere else to park long term for the evening. At least I can put the side ones in and get a little bit of privacy. I think it might be kind of a noisy one. This truck stop is right on Interstate 40. There's a train constantly going by. So I hope we all can get some sleep later tonight.
Laundry's done. Dinner tonight is leftovers from last night. Some grilled chicken with some quinoa. Gonna eat this up. Kind of get in here nice and cozy tonight. Try to get a good night's sleep. Our first night in the Loves. We'll see how that goes. I'm out here. Me and Wes are out here on a potty break. It's kind of funny. I guess I've never really paid attention to how busy a truck stop can get at night. We got here today and there were probably a quarter of the trucks here. This place is full now. But I don't know, it's kind of cool to see this part of life, I guess. Just something we don't really pay attention to. I'm going to show you guys in a second to get out of the way how crazy this place is. They need some music out here or something. We're parked way over there by that love sign. Every single space is taken up here tonight. It's pretty wild. And I actually don't feel that's unsafe here because there are just so many people. So, pretty cool new experience for us. Go get inside the van. It's pretty cold. And real quick, show you guys where we're at. That's us. Right under the love sign. We actually called ahead to make sure that this Loves did allow for overnight parking in a van, and there's another van. And they told us it was fine. Then we checked in with the cashier and double checked with him, and he said to park over here. We wouldn't get hassled and we'd just kind of be out of the way. So this is it for the night.
I slept so good last night.
That wasn't bad at all.
No, it was noisy until like 11, I think, and then it quieted down and didn't actually start getting loud again until probably like 7:30 this morning. So I'm pleasantly surprised with how good I slept last night, and now I'm really excited to go take a shower.
Hot shower.
Real shower. So on the Loves app here, you can select your travel stop where you are and check in for a shower. Showers are $18 plus tax. You can actually earn free showers, but we haven't quite hit that status yet. So what we're going to do, there's 2 people right now in line. We're going to check in for a shower, hang out in the van, and then I'll get a notification when it's ready. This is the shower. As a couple, you are allowed to shower together, save some money. Yeah? I'm gonna scrub.
Scrub-a-dub. You can't beat a love shower. Look at that view.
One of the best right there.
It's emptied out quite a bit.
Yeah?
In the back there. It was full last night.
Crazy.
I'm glad we didn't do the rookie tourist thing and park in one of those truck slots, because I think we would have gotten a knock or worse.
So truth be told, I wasn't quite sure what to expect sleeping at a truck stop last night, and was a little bit nervous because when you live in your van, it's also literally your house, and in an unfamiliar place like this where people are coming and going and there's lots of activity, you don't really know what's going on around you at all times. And that's where today's sponsor comes in, which is Wolfbox. And this is the G900 Tri-Pro dash cam that we have had now for several months. And you guys have seen us take it on dirt trails, on the interstate. It literally serves as the eyes for our van. It's a 3-channel camera with a 4K camera in front, 2.5K camera in the rear, and a 1080p camera mounted to the front bumper. What I wasn't expecting also was the peace of mind that it was going to give me parking at a place like Love's last night. It is a way to kind of monitor what's going on around the van, and it also has a really cool built-in security feature. So if something were to bump the van in the middle of the night for any given reason, it would instantly record that footage and we would have it to look back on. We could also turn it on at any given moment and see who's around the van. So if we heard a noise that we didn't like that was a little suspicious, or something else just felt off, we could get a view without having to crack the door or one of the window shades to see what's going on. The night vision on it is super clear and absolutely love it. If you're interested in picking up the G900 Tri-Pro or any of the other amazing accessories that Wolfbox has, I will put a QR code up here. I'll also have a link in the description and a special discount code for our viewers. Thank you again to Wolfbox for sponsoring today's video.
I would say our first overnight Loves experience was a success. Obviously, not all these Loves are going to be the same, but we really don't have any complaints about last night. And then A+ for the shower. We've got a few errands to run, and then we are just going to have some fun exploring New Mexico. Let's go.
We've been driving for several hours today, making our way southeast, high up into the mountains of New Mexico. There's actually a mountain around here that is at 12,000 feet, which is crazy. You can feel it. It's definitely gotten a little bit cooler. And we are just outside of the small resort town of Ruidoso, and we'll be looking for camp tonight. Good news is we're not going to get skunked. We're not going to find a Forest Service road that has gate closed, because we are on our way to meet up with some friends that you're probably going to remember from our Alaska travels, and can't wait to see them. Should be there in like 10 minutes. Yeah!
What's up, nerds?
What's on, man?
What are you kids doing here?
Films are incoming.
Is there a drone up there?
Yeah, it's right above you. Alright, well come on in. The fire
Nice.
is warm.
Nice, nice.
Oh, was?
I know.
Oh no, not
Hey.
you people again.
Coming up here, you gonna drive?
Buzz is driving.
Well, we broke camp pretty early this morning. It got cold last night. We really didn't get any filming done. We were hanging out with Brandon and Mariah by a fire, and it got down to the 20s. It was breezy, so we just kind of all snuck into our vans last night. Brandon and Mariah's house battery in their van died at some point, and we're thinking it might have just been due to the cold weather. So we're going to hopefully head down to lower elevation where it might be a little milder. And on our way out, we're actually going to stop in the town of
Ruidoso.
Ruidoso.
I think I'm saying that right. I could be saying that wrong too.
I am definitely not saying that right. Just can't get away from my spirit animal.
continuing our way through New Mexico on our way to Texas, we had to stop through Roswell. And if you know anything about Roswell, you know why we are here. Let's go find some aliens. Tired alien. He came a long way. Alien chili peppers.
Roswell's a pretty cool little stop out in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico. It's definitely a little gimmicky, but you know, something may have happened here in the 40s. There was a UFO crash site, if you're a believer. We are getting going here at camp today. The past couple days, we've really been on the move. We have been flying through New Mexico. We have a pretty loose schedule with our friends in Texas over the next couple of weeks, but we are not leaving New Mexico without checking off another national park. We are going to Carlsbad Caverns today, so we're really excited for that. I actually talked to my dad yesterday, and when we told him we were going to Carlsbad, he got really excited because he was here over 50 years ago. So we're going to make sure to take some photos for him. It'll be a fun day, and then we'll see what we get into. Make some coffee, make some breakfast, get going here in a little bit.
We may have just made a giant rookie mistake. And when we went to their site this morning to find out a little bit more about the caverns, I saw that it was a timed entry system, which we should know better. A lot of national parks are going to timed entry. So we are kind of scrambling to pack up the van and get up there. The visitor center opened at 8. It is 8:21. Caverns open at 9:30, and because we don't have a timed entry ticket, we're hoping to get on first come first serve. So we'll see. So I was wrong. The visitor center doesn't actually open until 9, which is good for us because it's 8:50 and we're here. So Brian and Mariah are running in to see if we can even get a first come first serve ticket for today. Hopefully we can. Just so you know, to clarify, you can't make reservations same day online after 5 a.m. local time. So technically, I guess we could have gotten up at like 4:30 and tried to make same day reservations. But because we didn't realize that until after the fact, we're hoping to get in first come first serve. It is Martin Luther King Day. It is a holiday. There are people already here in the parking lot, and I just hope that we can get in and see the caverns. We good?
We are good.
Nice.
First come, first serve. Got 3 humans to go down in the tunnel. Gonna meet a ranger at about 9:30, and then we're self-guided.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Nice job, bub. Going into the caverns. So we have to go down this and then back up?
Yeah, but we get to take an elevator up, which makes me really happy.
What's the elevation descent?
800 feet?
800?
Almost the height of the Empire State Building.
Oh, dang. What's down here? Sacred tunnels. You have to whisper. We have to whisper in here.
I like to whisper too.
Careless whispers. I just got dripped on.
Gross. Cave water.
Cave water. Cave drips.
Ancient drips.
Ancient whispers. How many switchbacks do you guys think there are?
1 million.
I'm gonna go 7.
7?
112.
112 and 7?
7.
Okay, I'm gonna say 120.
I'm gonna say actually probably closer to like 240.
Okay, we're gonna find out.
We'll find out.
So there is a snack bar down here, but they told us up top that they weren't sure if it'd be open or not, and I think we're a little too early, which makes me sad because you're not allowed to bring your own snacks, and I'm freaking hungry. There's like 1 million switchbacks, like 28 miles. Just kidding. I'm still guessing 112 switchbacks, about 1.5 miles, but I am hungry. We do have snacks in the van. We're going into the big room. It's big. Ouch. Elliot. It's quite the cathedral in here. This is pretty cool. It's massive. Into the guano cave.
Bathrooms. Bathrooms in Brian speak.
Kerplunk. Less than a minute. Go down, go up. That was neat.
It was really great.
Highly recommend. After we got back from the caverns today, we kind of just hung out, took some showers. We were going to cook outside today, but I don't think that's happening. New Mexico wind is no joke, and apparently there's like a cold front coming through. I can't feel my nose or my toes, so I think we're going to hang out in here for the rest of the day. And Mr. Man here, Mr. Attitude, hey, you want it? Really wants to eat. This is what we put up with that you guys don't see behind the scenes. This is our 14-year-old brat. Okay, you hungry, bud? You speak? Okay. Okay, Mr. Man, you have to do your dishes. Gladly, he says. He does do dishes pretty well. All right, buddy.
The past 2 nights we've been staying at Sunset Reef Campground. It is a free campground about 20 minutes from Carlsbad Caverns, and it is operated by BLM. Nice little place. There's shade structures, pit toilets, picnic tables, fire pits, and trash services. And while we wish we could have enjoyed a little bit more outdoor time here, it was pretty cold. When we woke up this morning, it was 23 degrees. It actually got down into 44 in the van last night. So definitely on the brisk side. There's not a lot out here. There is another campground operated by BLM that is similar, but just kind of a empty lot. But nice to have the free camping options out here. If you need anything, though, you've got to go into Carlsbad, which is probably about a 45-minute drive. Today, before we completely leave the area, there's one more spot that we want to see. It's, I think, about an hour drive from here, and we're going to get on the road and take you out to one more adventure in New Mexico before we keep heading towards Texas. Hi, guys. It's a hint where we're going, except he's not sitting. Carry on, Bull. Carry on.
This is a $10 day use area, but if you have America the Beautiful Pass, it is free $99. Let's go inside. We've made our way to Sitting Bull Falls Recreation Area. This is a spring-fed fall, so hopefully there's some water here because it's been pretty dry. And apparently there are a bunch of wild caves here, which we won't be exploring today. Unfortunately, you need to get a permit. And they're probably not dog-friendly, but I learned some interesting facts today.
What facts did you learn, Brian?
Bats are not blind. Some of them have vision 3 times better than humans. Only 1% of bats actually have rabies, but you should still never try to handle a bat. Bats are not rodents. They only have 1 baby at a time, and they live a long time. What else? They don't suck blood, except for vampire bats, but they only drink blood from non-humans. And some people think bats are really dirty, and in fact, they're very clean. They groom themselves like cats. I like bats.
Too bad we're not going to see any of them. Most
No.
of them are in Mexico right now.
They're all in Mexico for the winter. Or hibernating.
'Cause
Deep in the caves.
it's cold.
It is cold.
Sitting Bull Falls. So despite it being January, there is actually still water here, and it does feel like just this like beautiful little desert oasis in the middle of nowhere. This area has actually been used by Apache for thousands of years. Archaeologists state back use like 10,000 years, and I can absolutely see why, because there are not a lot of other water sources out here. And I was reading up on the origin of the name. I guess soldiers originally found this area in the 1860s, and despite what people think about Sitting Bull Falls maybe being named after the Sioux chief Sitting Bull, it's actually been disproven, and likely that it got the name because the soldiers that discovered the area when the Apache were already here couldn't pronounce the Apache term that they used for the falls, and they shortened it and called it Sitting Bull. Look at all the icicles over there too.
Crazy. These falls are 150 feet tall.
That was a fun little stop.
It was. Fun little detour.
How much do you want?
That's pretty good with the greens.
Okay. Wes, are you gonna knock over the camera? Wes might knock over the camera.
Are you a good cameraman or a bad cameraman?
You might be a bad cameraman.
You love cameras.
We're gonna eat some lunch here today. Wes is sniffing hard, and he's scary close to knocking over the camera.
He gets lunch too.
We're gonna do a quinoa chicken salad. Wes gets his own Cheeto. I put feta in mine because Brian despises feta. That's okay. More for me, I guess.
Smells like feet.
No, it doesn't. How much chicken do you want?
Same as you.
And always for the win, pre-shredded rotisserie chicken. I wish more grocery stores sold it. Try not to use any cutting boards in the making of this salad, which we've gotten pretty good at, I feel like.
It's just better when we gotta hit the road.
Minimal dishes. Our time in New Mexico is unfortunately come to a very quick end. We have only been in the state. See, we stayed at the Loves. We stayed at in the forest outside of Ruidoso, which I still don't know if I'm pronouncing right. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then 2 nights at Sunset Reef. So we've only been in New Mexico for a total of 4 nights, and we're already on our way out, which makes me rather sad. But we do have to carry on, because we are going to be, over the next 3 weeks, 3-ish weeks, exploring Texas with our friends Life of Matza. They aren't with us today because they both had to work. So they carried on to where we're going to meet them in Texas. And then we are going to go down the road later today into Texas and meet them there so that we can kick off some fun Texas adventures. Brian and I have both been to Texas. You actually used to live in Texas.
I was stationed there once, and then kind of stationed there before I went to Iraq. So I've got a little bit of time in Texas. Not a lot, though.
This will be like our first, well, for me anyway, like our first road trip through Texas, which I'm super excited about. And we plan on showing you guys all around. We've got some really fun things planned, places to see. And because Brandon and Mariah, Life of Matzah, are originally from Texas, they know like all of the cool places to go. So that is where we are going to pick you guys up next time. We're going to eat our salads here in the van and get going to the border, and we'll see you there.
Yeah, for our big Tex-Ass road trip. We really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up, hit that hype button, and we'll see you on the next adventure out there.
Bye.
Another funky stop, and I feel like we got to do something at this one. What does this remind you of, Nevada?
Lovelock. But they don't have a Prada store.
They do not have a Prada store.